Good morning, my friends. Welcome to another lovely Monday morning. It's about 6:30 and I just got out of the shower. Really sorry about my wet locks. I don't really do anything with my hair. I just let it air dry. It's the best way. I have quite curly hair. So today I'm actually going to try the new Chanel. Sorry, already fingerprints everywhere. The new Chanel Rouge Noir. It's both the little blush set or blush quad and also the two single eyeshadows. It's the only things I bought. They do have a lovely stylo yeux, which is the eye crayon in Rouge Noir, but I already have the Victoria Beckham one and I much prefer her, well, her liners in general. And yeah, so that is the plan, to be using those two today. The single shadows, you have one, I have used them, so you have one that's like beige rosé kind of color, and then you have one that is more of a lilac color. There we go. So the plan is to use those two today. On my face, nothing new. I'm using the Victoria Beckham Beauty Agostinus Bardo foundation drops, and I am in color 2 Fair-Light. Sorry, I have a tiny little mirror on the back of my phone. I'm filming for the first time on the back camera because I know it's higher resolution, so I'll see if it makes any difference. And where have I put my brush? Oh, there it is. It's too much stuff. Sorry. Same old, same old. I didn't have time to, well, I did have time to wash it. I just forgot. So it's a bit dirty. So sorry about that. I'm sorry, I cut my bangs, and when you have curly hair and you have bangs, it doesn't always look the best. I mean, it could look good if I wanted to style it, but I never ever style my hair. Can't be bothered really. So I tend to just pin it up. I think it will be nicer when it grows out a bit, so I have more of like a French girl style bang. Well, not that I'm looking particularly like a French girl. Sorry, my voice is failing me like everything else. There we go. Super quick, super easy. I'm not going to use any kind of contour or bronzer because I really want to see what this looks like on just, well, clean face, I would say, but that's not clean. So we will start with this little guy. There we go. You have that one. Can you see it? Ooh, you can see my fabulous setup here with my phone and my two tiny little flip lights. So I'm going to start using this one, I think. Oh, that was much warmer than I anticipated. It's quite a nice color though. I have a really wonky undertone. I'm very fair. I do have redness in my face, but I'm actually quite like yellow underneath, but I am a neutral, so I can pull a bit warm and a bit cool, which I'm very fortunate to be. So in the summertime I can tend to wear more warmer colors, and in the wintertime I usually use slightly cooler ones. I can't go to super cool or super warm. I need to stay like in the middle. Well, I can, but it doesn't look very good. So, and then I'm going to use the highlighter. It's a very subtle highlighter. And there we go. Does it show up? Yeah, a little bit. Actually, I was a bit scared of the darkest color, but that one isn't as bad as I thought. It's actually a really, really nice color. And I was sure, well, for certain I wouldn't be able to use it, but because it's so dark, but it actually works out well. So there we go. We have the Chanel Quad on. Then, as always, I'm going to be using my Urban Decay Primer Potion just to make everything stay on the lid where I prefer it to be and not underneath my eyes or in my crease. Sorry, I haven't even put my rings on yet. Literally just get out of the shower. The only thing I have on is my Apple Watch, and it's just so I can make sure that I'm staying in frame, because I am filming a little bit more close up than I usually am when I'm using the selfie mode. So I hope that this is all right. Still look slightly like a dead person, but it is what it is. Can't really do anything about that right now. So I will be starting with, oh, I need to see, I can't see what they're called. I think it's like beige rosé. Sorry, my glasses are dirty as well. Brun Rose, it's number 267, and it's a satin. Looks like that. And I will be using a fluffy brush. And this is a really nice, like, one and done shade. One and done shade means that you can just run it all over your lid and get going. So you just use one shadow, in case you didn't know that. I am planning on making a video on my favorite one and done shades, because I have a bunch that I really, really love and been using for years. Would you like that? If you don't just want to watch me put my morning makeup on, I could do a little bit more what I have in my stash and what I use frequently. This is a tad bit warm. It looks good, but it is a bit, sorry, I have to use my mirror a bit so I can see what I look like. It is nice. I like it. And then I'm going in with the next one, which is the little Gris, which of course in French is grey. Let's see, it's called Gris Rose, and it's number 257. Really need to clean my glasses, I'm sorry about that. I'm using the little sponge thingy inside. I do really like purple in a corner. This one, I know it's called like grey rose, but to me this is actually more lilac. And lilac is actually one of my favorite shades to have because it's one of the few shades that are fair enough for me to put in the inner corner. I'm always struggling a bit with that. I mean, on people with a little bit more tone in their face, they will be able to use like bright golds and stuff. I can't really do that. Well, I can use it, but it doesn't highlight the way I want it to. But purples and lilacs I can actually wear in that way. So that's why I love my little Betty palette by Lise Eldridge so much. And I have another few favorites. I do really love Pat McGrath has one called, it's a very old quad called Fleur Fantasia, which has a perfect, very nice purple shade, and it actually has a similar one to this one as well inside it. It's one of my absolute most used quads. Really love it. And the Betty palette is also somewhat similar to that one, but that must be, I think I bought that maybe 2019, 20 maybe. It's a very old one, but it's the absolute favorite one I have. I think I have nearly all of her eyeshadows. There was a few of them, like the 6 pans that she had in cardboard packaging called, there was something with a heart on it. I don't have those ones. Didn't really fancy any of them, to be honest. The colouring was a bit, so I didn't bother purchasing those ones. But apart from that, I think I nearly have all of them. I'm a huge Pat McGrath fan. I could also do some videos, like now I'm only going to use Natasha Denona and things like that. I don't have like Pat McGrath foundation, tend to be a bit more full coverage, so I really don't use that much. But I do have an awful lot of eyeshadows because they are one of my absolute favorite brands. I am going to use the NARS Iris van Herpen collab powder. This is a little nice, oh, maybe I should put it on the right way up. It's a nice sort of melange powder. It doesn't give you much on the brush, so I'm not 100% sure. I think it's more of a finishing powder. I haven't really read up on it, but it is nice. It's a very pastel-y, and it does have quite a bit of green in it, which I'm really happy about because I have redness in my face, and as you know, green counteracts the redness, like my Prada powder. There we go. I think the Iris van Herpen, the collab, is on sale right now, so check it out. In Sweden it's available on Åhléns City, I know, and they have it on Kicks as well. So do check it out. It's a beautiful, beautiful powder. And I need to use some liner. We were talking about my favorite black liners a couple of videos ago. I really like the dual-ended Charlotte Tilbury one, but this is an OG love. When you place this in your inner rim, it stays put, and it's hard to wash off because it stays put that well. This is like the clubber's dream. I'm not a clubber, I'm just going to work, but I use it anyways. But this one, love, love, love. It's called something with synchro. Sorry, I have my ugly reading glasses on. Extreme Black in Extreme Dimension 24-hour kajal eyeliner. Long names. But it is 24 hours. It's really bloody brilliant. It's a very small pen. This is just new. I purchased it yesterday. This is probably my 4th pen. I've been using this stuff for years, but it is brilliant. And I am starting to tightline on my upper lash line. See? Looks good, I hope. Sorry about the mirror again. I could probably do this without the mirror, but I'm afraid I might poke my eyes out, which I tend to do anyways with the mascara. So we'll see. There we go. And I am planting a little bit on the outside as well, just for some added deepness. Like that. I need to smudge it a bit. This one is slightly harder to smudge though, just so you know. I'm using my old favorite OG Bobbi Brown eyeliner pencil, sorry. No, not pencil, brush. This is very, very old and very, very good. I probably used it for 15 years, something like that. I'm sure they still make it. I bought it with one of those pots that she has with her liner. There we go. I'm going to add some more, just to have a little bit more darkness. There we go. And of course I'm going to put on some black mascara. Sorry, it's always taking a long time for me to do this. But I do have quite thick and long lashes, and I need to make sure that they're all coated. It's always the outer ones that I need to put some more mascara on. I'm hoping you can't really see my mirror. My little Apple Watch has died, so I'm not sure I'm in frame. So I hope I am. Well, it hasn't died, it's just disconnected from the camera. Still on. Oh no. I will fix my little smudgy bits once it dries. There we go. Should I do some on my lower lashes? I wasn't planning on it. Yeah. Just a little bit. I need to swap hands, sorry. Now we have a little bit of mascara. All right, we are about to get done. I am just gonna use my trusted friend again, my little Depend twin bladey thing. And as always, I'm not sure if my brows will be even. I will have a final look when I brush my teeth and then correct them if I need to. And I'm literally just doing the same thing. I'm just adjusting where I place my hair. So, and as I told you before, I don't edit my videos. I don't know how to, and I can't really be bothered. I'm technically challenged. Don't really like anything to do with computers or phones or anything. So for me, it's a bit of a win just to be doing this and being able to upload stuff on YouTube on my own. And I can't really see myself trying to learn edits. Well, not now anyways. Don't really have the time and don't really enjoy it. So you will have to do with my bloopers and stuff. I need to put something on my lips and I still have the awful cold sore. Sorry about that. I am going to use this little guy. It's from a brand called Flower Nose. Horrible packaging to me. I mean, I'm sure it appeals to the Asian market and young girls, but to me, this is a nightmare. You can't place this in your makeup bag. It weighs a ton, but it's a really lovely product. It's very, very nice. It looks like this. And then you have to use the little weird spoolie thing and scoop it out. Not a fan of the packaging at all, but a huge fan of the product. So I am using it. I bought it, so I'm going to use it. And nothing is sponsored in my videos. I'm buying all this stuff myself, which is slightly insane. I know. But you can see it's a really soft, almost like moussey texture, which is good. I hope I'm still in frame. It's not so easy to get in when you have like this whole lid thingy in the way. I do hope that Flower Nose comes out with more simplistic packaging. I also have a very nice eyeshadow palette, but it's a little bit too much. And this one is in the color V04 Meredith. Flower Nose you can absolutely buy online. I'm sure you can probably get them on Yes Style and things like that. It's a very popular brand, but they have a very, very good website actually for being Asian market. So yeah, and if you want me to do a comparison with the Chanel single shadows with the Betty palette and the Pat McGrath palettes that I have, please let me know. That's about it for today. So thank you very much, and I'm gonna see if I can turn off the video. We'll see, it's connecting. Sorry about that. I'll just try and disconnect it on from the other side. Have a lovely day. Bye.